My name is Dan Zalta, and we just got a patent on a mathematical solution to profit. So what that does is it answers the question of what do I charge to make a predetermined profit on my costs. So it's the very first front end of accounting that shows businesses which prices make them money and which ones don't. And so we started off by going into the veterinary industry, and we got picked up by Novartis Pharmaceuticals, and we put it in now over 500 veterinary hospitals, and we've got it in just about 20 different industries starting out. And so we originally came to iTransition to help us create our software and design it to fit on the cloud so our current customers could access it and we could have future users have future growth, which I think this patent will definitely have. Basically, there were three scenarios. Cost is a major factor. Imagine having a company like mine where you try to keep it quiet until you get your patent. So cost was a factor, and time certainly was a factor. The scenario was they needed to really get on it immediately and start working on it, which they did. So time was one of the biggest factors, and cost, and then of course the location of Austin. Austin is a beautiful city in Texas with hills, and the weather is absolutely perfect. So sometimes it happens, but actually this was making sure that the cloud software followed a patent. So it was a process of showing them how your costs in a business flow and how for the first time you know how you're covering your cost. And once the flow was captured on the three different segments of labor, equipment, and inventory, then basically it was smooth sailing. So it was a matter of making sure that the math and logical process worked. And I got to tell you, iTransition was a huge help in that. And I applaud their employees, and I really like working with iTransition. The time structure was the biggest component that our company had to overcome with iTransition. And then once we had the basic components in place, I think that what really helped was iTransition's seamless deployments with updates to the program continuously through the next couple of months. So my clients just absolutely love the seamless updates. Well, the biggest comparison was actually doing what you say. iTransition, as compared to other companies I work with, other companies tend to put you on the back burner on a list, and iTransition came through and could immediately work on my project, like they said. It really came down to keeping your word and being honest with one another and being able to accomplish what you say within a time frame, and then go ahead and get it rolled out. The biggest thing was iTransition created me a cloud presence so that I could increase my sales and draw investment dollars. And they did both. So with iTransition's help and showing my product, I got exactly what I wanted, software that could expand into every industry and recognition from investment groups. I would recommend iTransition, and for the following reasons. One, they're dependable. Two, they get the job done. And three, they're easy to work with. My clients love the look of the new software, the design of it, and how easy it is to look at and use. And I think it's very hard to say with a lot of companies, but with iTransition, I really look forward to working with them. As a company, we're always concerned about being SaaS compliant. How secure do we need to be? How fast does it need to be? How accessible does it need to be? iTransition has provided a solution to each one of these. They've worked with VeriSign and Rackspace for top security, banking security. They've worked getting to performance where it's always up and running and that it's very, very fast and accessible. And for me, it's a blessing to have somebody always be there in the background ready to have a solution for any problems that arise.